Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, and we are having coffee. You can see, turn up the love. Life is good. Some of you may disagree with that right about now, and really, that is what this video is about. Archangel Uriel is the angel of love and wisdom, and both are tenets that are very helpful to move through life with. And right now, the wisdom is saying, it is really time for you to be responsible for your own energy. Take into account what's happening in the world, but don't jump in full fledged with your mouth wide open, screaming with your arms raised, because all that does is create more distraction and more dissension and more of this energy that doesn't solve anything. Good morning, Emily. So, the first card that came up today from the Druid Tarot is the Hermit. And the Hermit is a few things. One is go within, withdraw, and do your own spiritual work, your energy work, this calming of you, the soothing of you, the creating more of what you desire within yourself and less of what you don't, because this energy cosmologically, the planetary alignments, this AI atlas coming, which is, they don't know if it's a comet, they don't know what it is really, closer, is stimulating a lot more of the upheaval energy. And that is lovely, except that that's not going to look real lovely in the eventual, between earth happenings and major country happenings, the downfalls, the upheaval, all of that. And when you decide that one side in this very earthy atmosphere is right, you dig into only half of what's available. And so, this go within, withdraw from the fray, quit looking at the damn news, because it just serves to rake you into more fear, more blame, more judgment, more control. And that is absolutely what those darkness energies want. And when you assign a certain person that absolute energy, you are so limiting your ability to be the light here that you wanted to come in and be. This turn up the love. Life is good in so many ways. There's so much good happening in the world. And we want to get down to the local levels, the people around us that are doing good things. And regardless of what you believe, spiritually, politically, globally, you going inward to your calling, getting meditative, working on you, is really the place to be now, because that is the only thing you can actually take charge of. The rest of it is out of your purview. All it can do is cause you more upheaval and dissension inside, and judgment inside and outside. I have two very lovely friends who are powerhouses spiritually, but they are so caught up in the fray that their focus is always pulled to all this upheaval and to this political landscape, which then negates their ability to bring in that strong spiritual healing energy that both of them have available to them. One, every time something, the upheaval happens, they withdraw from commitments they've made. I can't handle anything. No, I couldn't handle that either if I focused there. Good morning, Valerie. If I didn't keep my focus on the true aspect of us, in our ability to manage our own energy, to be what we want to see, I too would just have to withdraw in a circle. I withdraw from all of the fray because it really weighs too heavy. And these two people have been victims and focused on victims. One has as much victim as they do spiritual powerhouse. The other, maybe a little more victim than spiritual powerhouse. They have the ability to bring the spiritual powerhouse through, but they focus so much on the victimology that has been in their life that they can't move past that. What we focus on expands. What we feed, you know, the old parable about the indigenous young man that comes to his grandfather and says, I have two wolves inside of me. One is lovely and white and, you know, and caring, and the other is ruinous and angry and evil. And which one is going to grow inside me? And the grandfather says, the one that you feed. What are you feeding yourself? The next card under the Hermit side came up as returning. Spiritual journey, growth, renewal, healed. This is where we want to move. This is what we want to cultivate in our lives. That is, again, the support of going within, doing your own work, being that light that you want to see in this world instead of focusing on the darkness. When you focus on it, it expands. When you get in the fray and you start posting crap on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, you're creating more of what you say you don't want. You're being manipulated into this place of powerlessness, fear, victimology, angst. Anxiety is huge right now. Why? Because we're focusing on everything that is fearful. When you go into what is the actual catalyst for this anxiousness I'm feeling, where did it start in my life first? What was the first time this anxiousness started? What was going on? It'll give you an idea of how you want to focus on. I'm sorry, go to text. It tends to make me confused. What you want to focus on is what you want to be in the world, what you want to see in the world. Some of us are bringing new lives into our purview. Focus on what you want this world to look like for that new life coming in. Be what you want to see in the world. The next card coming is the Guardian Stone, awakening, progress, initiation. We are entering this huge initiation of a new way of being, but it's going to get crazier before it gets better. That is the truth in the world. And yes, people are going to suffer. People are going to hurt about this. That's part of life. We have times of suffering and we have times of rejoicing. The suffering is going to create more of what you don't want if you don't focus more on the rejoicing, if you don't focus on the gratitude for what is true in your life. And sometimes it's very, very basic because shit is happening in big, big areas of our lives. It is time. There are so many people checking out. You know, we see the famous ones that have died recently, but on a daily basis, there's a bunch of people, whether it's by natural disaster, human creation, checking out daily because this was not what they came to do. Those of us who are willing to stand in the light, focus on love, focus on peace, focus on unity, focus on connection. Those of us who are willing to do that are creating the world we want in the midst of this. But you can't do that when you tune in to all the news channels to see all that they're being that's being thrown at you to manipulate, to keep you into fear and blame and hatred. So much hatred around this Charlie Kirk assassination on both sides. It's like, no, neither one of them are right. I mean, it's a sad, tragic event. It was a sad, tragic event. All the shootings, all the craziness, all the assassinations throughout the world. And that's another thing that, you know, all this anxiety and upheaval in the collective is because there's so much being thrown at us on a regular basis. There was always lots going on in the world, maybe not as much as right now, but we didn't know about it all. And we don't need to know it all because there's not anything we can do about 99.9% of it. We don't have the ability to shift this momentum of the destruction that is happening. We have, let me reverse, let me take that back. We don't have the ability to fix it by railing about it. We have the ability to steer it some with the higher vibrational energy that we bring in to share. But you can't be in high vibration when you're watching the news every day. King of Swords is the next category. King of Swords is very much a decisive, a decision-making card, very focused. You must decide right now how you're going to enter this big shifting energy every day. We shift. There's so much. I think for most of you, you're either experiencing more pain, more anxiousness, more fatigue. Sleep is not easy. Your physical body's doing weird stuff because of these shifting energies, these timeline shifts that we're entering into. It makes the physical body quite unstable, and we have to find our center again and again. And the focusing on who we choose to be in the midst of the fray is the easiest way to bring ourselves back into balance. We have to do some very physical things. A decision needs to be made to go inward, to focus on the you and what you have on a regular basis, to be in this world, to do in this world. Your physical body is important because this is the vehicle that we have. If you continually feed it the crap that causes the inflammation, the dis-ease, all of that, you'll get more of that, and it's going to grow. It's just like feeding your mind and your spirit. Whatever you feed it most is going to grow. So if inflammation is a thing for you and you keep eating sugar and grains and processed foods, all of that, that will grow, and it becomes more and more difficult to manage the physical. We must manage body, mind, spirit, because we are all of those. So the King of Swords is, it's time to make a decision. Quit whining about what isn't and start creating what is. Messages from spirit, unbroken connection. You're not forgotten. The world is kind of going to hell in a handbasket, but it is an okay thing. It is that breaking down before we can build up. And again, it's going to get pretty darn weird physically in the earth with the natural type upheavals and things that cause destruction in the world, in the physical world. Whether it's flooding, fires, earthquakes, volcanoes, it's probably all of those. Yeah, Dorothy, garbage in, garbage out. Good morning, Jeannie. Oh, so don't remember, this connection that you've got to your higher power is everlasting. It is always available. You can always get to it. I recommend a lovely breathwork process every morning with the breathing in of what you are desiring. For a lot, I breathe in already healed, because that's the energy I choose on a regular basis. And then I will breathe out, already healed in, breathe out fear, already healed in, breathe out fear. Fear is such a catalyst for so much dysfunction, whether it's body, mind, or spirit. Remember, we are all energy. That's all we are. So approaching your physicality from the energetic aspect by the power of your intention is a huge tool you might want to start employing now. The next one is harmony and balance, joy, contentment, the sanctuary. That sanctuary is your inner world. You are either creating it or you keep knocking it down. You can't do both. You can't focus on all the shit that's going on and be in a peaceful, harmonious state inside yourself. When you are in a peaceful, harmonious state, that is what you're sharing. It is okay to take care of you. Good morning, Cindy. Yeah, and I said good morning to everybody else. Thank you all again for joining me. I do hope these things are helpful for you to remember to align your energies. If you are not on my YouTube channel, please go to Victoria Savage 333. It's at Victoria Savage 333. Subscribe and like. That is the platform I'd like to grow a lot. And you can help me do that. Sharing these videos with your friends is also helpful if you find them helpful. We must do us. Feel like that's a thing. We must do us because we can't do anyone else. When we do us, we benefit the else's. Good morning, Patsy. So I've also reminded me, Patsy, almost got all the information for the Ireland retreat in September 2026. I've got one deposit already. There's a few others interested. There are only at most 12 spaces available. So do your best. Please consider a manifestation class. Are you asking me, Dorothy, or are you telling people to consider finding one? I never thought of that, Dorothy, actually, because what we focus on is what we bring in. So that's what manifestation is. That is what we are continually doing in our life, consciously or unconsciously. The Hermit is saying, and the King of Swords is saying, do it consciously. Make the choice. And that doesn't mean that life is going to suddenly be, we're not going to experience upheaval and sadness, loss, things like that. It means we will have and choose to do the things that keep us in the place of greatest harmony. Great idea, Dorothy. Let me consider that. That won't be a great deal of work. Sometimes it's hard to focus. It is. So that's a good idea. Let us choose how we want to walk through the world. Remember, two big messages. I choose, or two big words. What are you choosing? You understanding your power is a great way to walk through the world. And that is sometimes, or rarely, something we're ever focused or taught in life. So you do you, focus on what you can take charge of in your life, and that is you. You can't take charge of the state of the world, but kind of can if you take charge of you. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Wednesday in fall. I love you all. I can be pretty hard-edged at times. Sometimes that's what we need. It's like that tough love. I believe in power. I believe in the power of our energetic choices, and I love to teach that. So that manifestation class, probably a great way to title that. I might have titled it different, Dorothy, so thank you for that. I'm so grateful for your time here. Please share this if you know someone who is caught up in fear, and do what you can to be the change you want to be on a regular basis. Thanks so much. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.